Truth in History with Charles A. Jennings.
Welcome to Truth in History. You notice that I'm outdoors on this lesson today because it's kind of an outdoor lesson. When we read the Bible, everything ties together. And I want to start in Psalm 19, a very familiar verse of Scripture that every one of us has read and even memorized. Psalm 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And you notice verse 2, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. What speech do they give? What knowledge do the heavens declare? What knowledge can we obtain from night after night? What speech can we hear day after day? Verse 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line or their message is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, a dwelling place, a pattern in the universe for the sun to follow, which is, and the sun is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth, that is the sun, is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Now, is there anything else in the Bible that would tell us what that speech is? Well, when we go to Jeremiah chapter 31, and we come to verse 31, it talks about the Lord promising to make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. And you notice in Jeremiah 31, 32, it notices, or it says, it's for us to notice, that the Lord is portrayed as a husband. Well, Psalm 19 said a bridegroom. So we see a connection. But in verse 35, talking about the heavens declaring the glory of God and the firmament showing his handiwork, in verse 35, thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the seas when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances, that is the sun and the moon and the stars, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Now, he is giving 3 witnesses, actually 5, when he says, if the heavens can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out. So he's actually giving 5 witnesses right there. 3 in the universe the sun, the moon, the stars, and then he says man does not have the ability to measure the heavens. Scientists tell us, I've heard, that the universe is expanding. Well, maybe it's expanding because they just simply can't find the end of it. So they see more and more. Maybe it's already there. I don't know. But when we come to chapter 33 of Jeremiah, here's some more witnesses. And it says in verse 23, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, saying, Consider thou not what this people have spoken, saying, The two families which the Lord hath chosen, he hath even cast them off." That's other people saying the Lord has abandoned Israel. Israel and Judah, he's just thrown them to the wind. He's forgotten about them. He's broke his covenant with them. They're no longer his people. "Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them. Thus saith the Lord, If my covenant be not with day and night, and if I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For I will cause their captivity to return and have mercy upon them." So now we have day and night, heaven and earth. So we've got sun, moon, stars, heaven, earth, day and night as 7 solaric witnesses to what? That the seed of Israel shall always exist. The house of Jacob shall always exist. And number 2, that the throne of David shall always exist. He said, "Jacob, my seed, the seed of Jacob, and David, my servant, shall always have a man to be ruler over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." That's God's immutable, unchangeable declaration of proof that true Israel is still living in the earth today, and the throne of David is still in existence. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12 tells us this. It's something that we're all familiar with. I'm trying to turn these pages in this humid air. Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. This is New Testament. "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." This is the house of Israel. Now, how do we know that this represents Israel? Well, when we go back to the book of Genesis and chapter 37, verse 9, this is talking about Joseph. And, you know, Joseph was that 11th son of Jacob that God had chosen, preordained to be a deliverer for his brethren. Well, they had these 2 dreams, and this is the second dream, Genesis 37:9. "And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it to his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me." That's why we know that Revelation 12:1 is referring to Israel, because this is what it says in verse 10. And he told it to his father and his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said, What is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying, because the father, Jacob, understood what that dream meant. The sun being Jacob, the moon being the mother, and the 11 stars, meaning his 11 brethren, was going to bow down to him. So we see that this is the family of Jacob. And Revelation chapter 12, verse 1, it's the family of Jacob in the New Testament. And there's a lot to say there, but that's not my subject for now. So we see that God has given 7 witnesses, actually 9, because he said the heavens cannot be measured, the earth cannot be searched out, the depths of the sea, and he's given these 7 solaric witnesses, 7 witnesses in the universe, the sun, moon, stars, day, night, heaven, and earth. And so when we read Psalm 19, verse 1, which says that the heavens declare the glory of God, then we know what they are declaring. They're declaring that God has made a unilateral covenant with the seed of Abraham. And it's speaking. The heavens are speaking. When the sun came up this morning, it had a message that God is able and willing to keep his covenant with the house of Israel, the seed of Jacob, and that the throne of David will always remain in the earth. So when we read Psalm 19, the heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech. Night unto night. The sun rose this morning, and the sun is going to go down this afternoon, this evening. It's going to go down. We can bank on that. And it's going to come up in the morning because of the faithfulness of God, the declaration, a divine declaration of who he is, and what he has said shall always remain. So take comfort. God's people shall always be here, regardless of the mess that we're in nationally and internationally. And the people of God, the seed of Abraham, is going to survive. Even though the nation itself may be in ruins, the people of God, the seed of Abraham, the family of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, shall always remain, and the throne of David shall be in existence. Thank you very much.